Today, I'm going to show you how to remove a Corolla steering wheel. Let's get into it. Alright, so first what you would want to do is, you're going to come down here, find this little latch, and pop the hood essentially. I'll tell you that, okay? Alright, now that we've done that, you're going to go to the front. And just lift this up. You see this lever here? You might have to reach for it. You just want to lift that up, and then boom, the hood comes up. Once it's done, you're going to find the hood mount. Just be here, just got to pull it up, and then there'll be a hole on the side here to line it up with, as you can see. Just there, and it should just fall into place like that. Okay, now you're going to come over here and you have to disconnect the battery, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, now we have to disconnect the battery so that the airbag doesn't go off when we're removing the steering wheel. So I'm using my socket set here, so I just got, that's 10 mil. So just put that on quickly. Once you work the socket enough, you should be able to do it enough till you can work with your finger. So it's a lot quicker and easier. And then this terminal, it might be a bit stuck on there, so you might have to give it a few wiggles back and forth and pull it up a bit. But there, beautiful, mine came off, amazing. And now you just want to tuck this behind and make sure it doesn't touch the terminal so that the battery doesn't re-engage. And yeah, now I'll show you back to the inside. Next thing you want to do, grab a flathead screwdriver. Should look like that. And if you look up close near your cruise control, there should be like a flat indent right there. You just want to get the screwdriver in there, pop that out. Should come out with your finger. Remove that, and that's step one done. Now it's come to the hard part. Just pay attention. Okay, now that that's done, you want to have a look in here, and at the top there, you can see a small metal piece that's sticking out a bit. You want to grab the same flathead screwdriver that you use, or a longer one if you can't reach. And what you got to do is, you got to stick it in there, and you've just got to push this piece in, and you hear the airbag pop. See how it popped out a bit? It popped out a bit. Two more that we got to do. So yeah, we'll figure that out. And quick suggestion, just these little pieces here, just keep them on the seat or something somewhere safe so you don't lose them. Okay, now for the second thing we have to push in. If you come under the steering wheel here, you'll see a small stick at the back of there. I'll just zoom in for you guys. A small stick at the back there. It's that one you got to push in. Alright, so now with the same flathead screwdriver that you used, or a longer one, whichever one you're using, you have to reach at the back there and just push it like so. Alright, now that it's pushed, it should be loose. Yeah, beautiful. Now I'm gonna do the third one, which should be on the other side. Okay, now the next part. So this customer, they didn't have paddle. They removed the paddle shifters in their car. It's a bit dirty in here. I don't know what's going on here, but you're gonna find this hole below here, and you're just gonna put the screwdriver here through here. And this customer has no paddle shifter, so you guys, if you have, this will probably be blocked off for most of you. But I'm just gonna show you how to do it. You're just gonna find this pin here, and you're just gonna push this pin. The screwdriver, the same screwdriver on that pin, and you're gonna push. And then if you come to the front, you should just be able to remove the airbag off with your hand. Okay, now you just want to wedge it up slowly like this. So you got the airbag there. Just want to put your screwdriver in and just lift it up. You might have to take a few attempts, but it's fine. And then you just pull that clip off. And then once that's done, you've got another clip behind this orange one here. So just move this out of the way. Just want to disconnect that. And then there's your airbag module removed. So I'm going to keep that side somewhere safe. Okay, once your airbag module is removed, you just want to remove all these small clips here. So you just remove this out of the way. You can see there's some small clips at the back here. So all you do is you just put your finger behind it. You can press it in like so, and it just comes out. There's a little tab at the top here that you just got to press in with your finger like so. And same with this one here. You just got to put your finger in it and just press it, and it should just pop out. So let me just do that. Okay, now please find your socket, right size, put it on, see it doesn't move, correct size. Make sure your socket's set to loosen, And now this is where you need a bit of strength. You're gonna put 2 hands here, 1 hand here, 1 hand here, and you're just gonna turn anti-clockwise. So like this. Put your hand on it, and there. You should feel a pop. It might take a bit of strength, and then once that's done, just take it off. Loosen this nut with your hand. But don't loosen it fully, that's the trick. Because you're gonna have to actually get the steering wheel off. It'll be a bit stuck on there. So loosen it with your hand a bit. And then what you want to do is you want to give the steering wheel a few taps around. So like this. So just don't be afraid to give a few taps. And then from the back as well. Like that. Don't be scared. And then take this bolt off. Take some time. Loosen it. And once it's loose, just pop off like that. You're gonna have to use some force, but it's not gonna come off easy. And then just be careful of the cables, pass them through. And then, yeah. And one major thing is when you move your steering wheel, try not to turn this, because there's a bunch of cables in here, and you don't want to be turning it because you'll start bending the cables. Nothing will happen, but if you keep turning it too frequently when you're just for fun like that, or like full rotations and you don't reset it back to its original position, how many turns you did, it could mess up the cables and they could snap. Okay, now that you removed your steering wheel, you put it back on. Make sure these cables pass through here. Just grab your bolt, put it back on, screw it back on like that. And then you're gonna grab your torque wrench, but make sure your steering wheel is straight, like how mine is at the moment. So if you put it on an angle, your steering wheel will mess up and you'll have to redo the whole thing again, get the bolt out, realign it. Okay, let's go. Okay, now I'm gonna grab your airbag again, rotate it so it symbols like that, and then you just want to do the same thing. Plug that orange clip back in, but before you do that, you got to make sure that all these little clips that you moved, all these white plugs up here, are plugged back in correctly, like so. So you just grab this one, plug it into there. Just take your time, no rush. Don't want to mess it up because you have to reopen the airbag again if you forget this. Just plug it into here at click, and there should be one more. Oh, just here. It's a brown one here. Just in like that. Just here at click. There you go. And then you do the same thing with the airbag as you started on removing it. So just like so. Grab the orange cable. Alright, once that's done, you put it back in, and you want to hear 3 clicks. So it's 1, 2, 3. Alright, and then now once this is done, you got to put back that little trim piece you removed from the side. Just stick it back on the side, same way you took it. So like that, slide it back on. Oh, slide it back on, and then just find it, put it on, slide it on. Might take some time playing around with to get in. Just gonna push it in like so. Like so. Okay, once it's done, it should look like that, look nice and flush. And then now, we're gonna go back to the front and re-plug the battery in just as we removed it before. Alright, let's go do that. Okay, now with the other socket wrench, you just remove this, make sure it's on tighten, and it puts it back on the car. Like so. You see it's sparked, don't worry. Nothing's gonna happen, as I said before. It's a 12-volt battery, you're not touching both terminals. Just finger tighten it. Then you want to grab the socket wrench. You just want to go properly at it. It's tight. Alright, once it's nice and tight, take it out, go start the car up, and yeah,